Hello everyone, my name is Louisa and today I'll be presenting about teaching songs to young learners. So first, I would like to elaborate on how important listening skills are for young learners because in order to enjoy a song, we need to listen to it well. So listening is the first stage of learning a new language. It is the very first receptive skill that we use to make sense of the world around us before we learn how to read. Therefore, in a primary school, listening tasks are extremely important because they provide a rich source of language data. Just by listening to the world around them, children can use certain expressions, construct sentences, even without prior knowledge to their meaning or patterns. The teaching of listening skills is also foundational to the development of other language skills. It would be easier for learners to develop speaking, reading, or writing skills if they have good listening skills to start with. However, we as teachers should be aware that any kind of listening comprehension activity needs to be well guided with clear aims. I will further illustrate this point by using an example of if I wish to implement listen and do songs in my classroom. So, first I have to let the learners know what they're going to hear and also what tasks do they have to complete while listening to the song. So this will make them more motivated and interested for the lesson. When the song plays, they have to move along to the song. So they have to do certain actions according to the lyrics and also to the beat, rhythm, to the melody of the song. And this will keep them busy, thus preventing boredom. Okay, so why do we need to use songs specifically? Well, first, it's because children respond enthusiastically to songs. They just get that sense of happiness when they listen to the song, and specifically in listen and do songs, they will get a feeling of joy by listening to the song and also moving along to the melody and to the lyrics, and this reinforces language acquisition because they will associate the actions they are doing and also the words they are singing along to with positive feelings. Songs are also vital tools to create a safe and natural classroom ethos. Children just have a natural affinity for songs. They just love it and welcome them. And by using songs, children can get ready for the classroom easier. So we don't have to repeatedly tell them to get ready, but they will immediately get a feeling of readiness just by listening to the song. So songs helps with this, and it can also overcome feelings of shyness and hesitation on the part of the learners. So when we use listen and do songs, we as the teachers will do exactly what the students are doing. And this means that we will share common experience with them. When the students see this, they will gradually develop a sense of trust, a sense of comfort, and also security towards us as the teacher. And this is very important if we want to teach young learners well. Songs also provide excellent opportunities for repetition and practice that might otherwise be tedious. So in songs, repetitive words are considered catchy chorus, and these repetitive words can also help children become more familiar with the language. It will help them be more comfortable in using the language. And songs also provide an occasion for real language use in a fun and enjoyable situation. So songs are actually just a part of children's everyday life, and by incorporating foreign language into songs, we are saying that this is actually a way of normalizing it. So by incorporating foreign language, children will gradually think of foreign language as a part of their life. So it really helps them to acquire the language better and become more fluent in it. So here are other benefits of using songs in the classroom. So it's just fun, motivating, memorable. The fact that it gets stuck in our head is helps a lot with remembering certain words. For children, it's easy to find, and well, it brings variety to the lessons. So here are 3 reasons why songs are valuable in foreign language classrooms. First, for effective reasons. This means that songs helps create a positive feeling, and this kind of enthusiasm is important in teaching young learners so that they can remember the language items better. And it's also valuable for cognitive reasons. This means that songs contribute to fluency and also the use of meaningful language structures. Last but not least, they're also valuable for linguistic reasons. That means that songs provide exposure to a wide variety of authentic language that they will use mostly in their everyday lives. So contextual language usage, and it is undoubtedly very important when learning a foreign language. So as pedagogical tools, we can teach these certain subjects using songs. First is, of course, we can teach listening, and it is actually more fun because of the rhythm and the melody. And it also provides students with practice listening to different forms of intonation and rhythm. So it helps them know when should we use rising intonation, for example, when to use falling intonation, and it also helps them understand the rhythm of the English language. The rhythm here is what I mean by rhythm is because there are stressing in the English language. So by listening, they will know when to stress certain words, at least before knowing what stress particularly means. They will already know how to use it, and this will give them a better command of English. We can also teach speaking using songs by practicing different sounds, by practicing the different sounds by singing songs, and it can be more interesting and enjoyable compared to the usual minimal pair drills. And also we can also help students practice their pronunciation of words, and if we were to relate it with listening skills, we can also ask them to imitate certain intonations and also the stressing of certain words. So both of these skills can be correlated, can be taught at the same time in one lesson. That's really amazing. And then we can also teach vocabulary using songs. So if we want to use songs to teach vocabularies, it is actually a great idea because children's songs are usually based around a theme or topic that can provide the context for vocabulary learning. So the words are usually related to each other. They have one specific context, and the relation between one word and another is undoubtedly very helpful, and it would be easier for the learners to understand and also remember these words. And it is also a good idea because the words that are used are monosyllabic. That means they only have one syllable, most of them. And again, it's easier for children to remember the words. We can also teach sentence structures and patterns using songs, because many children's songs have a simple sentence structure or pattern that can be easily remembered. And the phrases that are used in children's songs are often short, and they are simple conversational language, so they're used in everyday life. The pauses after each phrase in the songs are typically longer compared to usual songs, and also compared to the phrase itself. So the learners here can process the language and shadow in real time. Basically, You can use you can teach almost anything with songs. You can just get creative, but there are certain things that you need to pay attention to when teaching songs. So first, there should be a clear reason in the language teacher's mind as to why and how to use a song. Because if you don't, songs can easily get boring, and it can also be ineffective. So we have to make sure that we are not carried away by the music and the rhythm of the songs. Just as I have previously stated, we need to set the clear goal. We have to know what we want our students to accomplish after listening to the song. And it should also be noted that it would be better to incorporate TPR techniques, just as if we were to implement listen and do songs in our classroom. And then these are several suggestions that teachers should pay attention to when choosing songs. So we need to choose songs that have simple and easily understood lyrics, and then that links with a topic or vocabulary that learners are studying in the class, have repetitive lines, and allows children to easily do actions, because these actions will help emphasize the meaning and it will help them remember the language items better. Okay, so here's a brief lesson plan for listen and do songs. So first, in pre-teaching activities, you have to introduce the song. For example, you can warm them up by showing a picture and then telling them to guess what the song could be about, and ask if they don't know certain vocabularies from the songs. And then moving on to the while teaching activities, you should listen to the song at least 4 times. So don't just immediately ask them to follow along only after listening to the song once. You should ask the students to listen first and then gradually ask them to perform the actions without your help. And then moving on to post-teaching activities. So in post-teaching, you can incorporate the language skills that you want them to master in this stage. So you can hold competitions games where the students can get points, but you can also foster other skills such as reading, listening, literacy skills. For example, you can put a picture on the whiteboard and then tell some students, for example, to match this picture with the words that you have prepared. And of course, these language items have to be related to the song that you have sang together. And after a lesson ends, you can have follow-up activities in the next lessons. But it may be beneficial if the students sing the song the next day or for a number of days after it is taught, because their memory is still fresh. For this follow-up activity, you can give them exercises or maybe quizzes, like for example, you can ask them to fill in the blanks. And here are some online resources if you want to start teaching children using songs. But nowadays it is very easy to look for children's songs. Specifically in YouTube, there's this one channel called Coco Melon. You can check that out. But if you just type in nursery rhymes, then a lot of options will come up. Okay, so that is all from me. I hope that this presentation helps you understand how and why should we use songs to teach young learners, and feel free to ask any questions if you have any. Oh, and here's a short clip about teaching songs to young learners, which you can watch. Enjoy!
Hi everyone, I'm Joan Kang Shin. This video is about using songs with very young learners. Music and songs are an essential part of growing up and learning. Children love to sing, and parents and teachers naturally use songs with little ones to teach them concepts and language in a fun way. You, the teacher, can make this experience even more powerful with a few simple techniques. First, think about movement. Using gestures is essential when teaching children's songs. Young learners are energetic and want to move around the classroom. So when you are preparing a song, think about gestures that go along with the song. These gestures will channel that movement and help students experience the song in a way that feels good. Singing with gestures and dancing is fun, but there's more. Gestures also make singing more memorable and comprehensible. When children's songs are accompanied by gestures, the movements help children understand the song, while at the same time engaging them in the content.